On January 31st, 2012, the Alliance for American Manufacturing, the United Steelworkers Union, members of Congress from both the Senate and the House, and major domestic producers launched an unprecedented effort to save 1.6 million American auto parts jobs. This is that story. In the fact-filled press conference releases, the unique nature of the predatory economic policies of China's government were laid out in unassailable detail. China has targeted our auto parts industry. China is committing billions of dollars in unfair and illegal subsidies to target this industry. China has protected its own domestic auto and auto parts industry from other nations' products. As these reports show, China represents a totally different kind of economic competitor than the United States has contended with in the past. China plans, targets, subsidizes, is willing to violate agreements, and puts jobs over profit. If we want a level playing field to trade with China, we will have to retool our strategies and our policies. To understand what is going on, we have to recognize that while we stabilize the domestic auto assembly industry, the three major American nameplates, the manufacture of auto parts is still under attack. Because the auto parts industry contains thousands of small domestic companies, it's easy to miss that the direct production of auto parts is actually 3 times larger than the assembly industry. When you consider its multiplier impact on related jobs, it goes to 1.6 million. China has not missed this fact. Most of us think of auto parts as the engine and related mechanical parts. But cars require all kinds of chemicals, electronics, plastic, carpeting, seating, and more. The industry also supports important parts of other industries like paper for cartons and brochures, software for engines, GPS, etc. The auto industry is too big to fail because in many cases it provides the critical core business for domestic companies that make all kinds of other products. An auto isn't just a product, it forms the base for our domestic manufacturing sector. China has been targeting our auto parts sector for a long time. As this chart shows, we've already lost over 45%, or almost 400,000 of these jobs. This effort is to save the 1.6 million jobs that are left. While the United States steadfastly refuses to adopt any kind of domestic manufacturing policy, the Chinese follow detailed 5-year economic plans. The 12th one of these was issued in March of 2011. It recognizes the importance of their auto sector by classifying it as a pillar industry and giving it heavyweight status. These two classifications mean the Chinese auto and auto parts industry is closely controlled by the government and is provided both protection and massive subsidies to carry out its attack on our industry and our jobs. The car pictured here is a Chinese Cherry. Here are some of the ways that the Chinese government rigs the trading relationship so that it wins the jobs. Even more troubling is the sales of Chinese subsidized auto parts being used as sub-assemblies in traditionally American nameplate autos, transplants that assemble here, and imports. We never have to buy a Chinese named car and still have 1.6 million jobs just disappear. This chart projects out what will happen to our auto parts industry if we fail to act. The trend line should scare any sane leader who has our nation's best interests at heart. There is no mystery to how the Chinese manufacturing export policy works. We've seen it in one product sector after another. The American pipe and tube industry is a perfect example. At one time, we had scores of pipe and tube mills centered in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Within a 5-year period, China built over 20 of their own and almost wiped out our domestic production. The industry finally won a trade complaint requiring China to play by the rules that they had agreed to, and the Obama administration put sanctions in place. But the industry is a shadow of its former strength, and China has pocketed the jobs and the profit. Then it moves on to the next target. In America, the enforcement of our trade laws has been left to a privately financed litigation system where injured parties have to bring a case before the United States International Trade Commission and then the Department of Commerce. Even if the ITC affirms that harm has been done, it's up to the administration to authorize penalties and sanctions. Costs of a trade case start at $500,000 and rise dramatically based on the complexity of the issue. This is beyond the financial means of many smaller producers and effectively freezes them out of any relief. As this accounting shows, even the cases that bigger players have been able to pursue have not stopped unfair and illegal trade practices. We need a better system. The failure to assure domestic manufacturers and manufacturing workers a level trade playing field is unique to America. No other major trading partner of China's allows them to target and violate the trade laws the way we do. This chart shows that most of the major players actually run an auto parts surplus with China. Even Jim Carrey's character in Dumb and Dumber can figure out this is just plain stupid. We need a game changer. A new way of approaching trade with China that levels the playing field and assures our workers and companies a fair shot at selling here and in foreign markets. The Obama administration has begun to hear the facts. In the 2012 State of the Union address, which finally focused on manufacturing, the President announced a new interagency enforcement unit. Our current law allows the administration to do what's called self-initiation of trade cases. We want the President to take up the auto parts issue as job number one for this new unit. Congress backed that demand up with a letter in mid-March. Now we have to back that up with a hue and cry from the heartland. Lots of money goes into convincing us that our voices don't matter and our personal actions are for naught. The very fact that manufacturing jobs has risen to the top of the national economic debate shows that our work on these issues does matter. We are in the middle of one of the most intense national election campaigns in our nation's history. We have a chance to get specific commitments from candidates and real action to save our jobs. But the political leaders have to feel our anger. They have to feel our determination. They have to feel what we will do if they don't act. That is our job one. The American people no longer see this as a debate. Our bipartisan polling shows that America is united on the demand to have strong and fully enforced trade laws. We get it. Now we have to use our democratic rights to make sure our decision becomes the policy of our nation.